Howdy folks, I'm Mickens. I'm an engineer with Determinate Systems, and we work on a number of things, including Flake Hub Cache, and the thing I'm talking to you about today, which is Determinate Nix. Determinate Nix is our downstream distribution of Nix/NixOS. And that means that we work on features in Nix with the intent of upstreaming them. A number of the things that I'm going to talk about today have already been submitted as open PRs to Nix. Some of them, some smaller things have been merged. And a few of them are destined to be sent upstream, but are baking in our distribution with the intent of stabilizing the feature, getting feedback from customers, and ultimately making it the best before it goes upstream. Our real goal here is to make a Nix that is enterprise friendly. And that means private caching, MDM support for macOS users, SOC 2 Type 2 compliance, Entra support, including US Gov Cloud support, and ultimately the goal is to smooth over the gaps that most of us are aware of that are required for implementing Nix in a corporation. Pretty much everyone has to set up a private cache, and then they have to figure out how to do authentication of the private cache, and then they have to figure out how to do authentication for their private repos. And these are problems that we just outright solve with Flake Hub and Determinate Nix. And the most exciting feature, headline feature, is that we've determined that flakes are stable and the unified CLI are stable, and we're very committed to that. And you can check out that link if you'd like to find out more about Determinate Nix. Some of the latest features that we've shipped that I'm very excited about include lazy trees, which is a change to the way that store evaluation happens, such that you no longer need to copy your entire mono repo to the store every time that you do an evaluation. And instead it will hash in place and only copy things to the store as required. And in a second, you're gonna see that that causes some pretty huge speedups. The next is a pain point that has been solved a few times in the Nix community. There are various ways that you can perform Linux builds on Darwin, and all of them require some amount of setup or have some quirks or some implementation details that we didn't particularly find agreeable with some of our customers, and so we took another approach at it. And with this feature enabled, you can build stuff for Linux on macOS with zero setup. Like, you install Determinate Nix, you run a Nix build command, you get Linux binaries on your Mac. And the one I'm probably most excited about is parallel evaluation. And as that states, right now Nix evaluates everything very sequentially, and this introduces points where Nix is able to perform parallelization and do multiple steps of evaluation at the same time. And again, you'll see that this leads to some very nice speedups. And we think in the future that our next thing will probably be flake schemas, which is a way of describing to Nix the shape of your flake and advanced flake outputs. And that will allow the CLI tooling to better enumerate those outputs, perform more advanced checks, and generally be another more advanced discoverable way into flakes and flake outputs. So first off here, we've got lazy trees, and I apologize, we wanted to get everything in this slide and it's a little small. But as you can see, that blue bar is without lazy trees enabled, and the red bar is with lazy trees enabled. And you'll see that leads to some really nice speed ups. On the low end, like 20%, on the high end, like 55%. And these are packages coming out of Nix packages. And some of you may know, but there's mono repos out there that are even larger than Nix packages. The next one here is the native Linux builder for macOS. And again, this is a user that has installed Determinate Nix and has contacted us to be opted into this feature. And you can see that they're building an ARC64 Linux attribute on a Mac machine, and it just works. They get a Linux binary out. This is using the macOS virtualization framework underneath the covers. This is very close to my heart because this is my repo. This is my Nix configuration repo, and this is evaluating 4 of my machines. My laptop, my server, my backup laptop server, and my work machine. And you'll see that with no parallel evaluation enabled, this takes about 16 seconds to evaluate, and with parallel eval, using 0 cores, which means the logical cores for the machine, it evaluates in about 7 seconds. And you'll see some more quick examples here of some pretty significant speedups. There are some limitations here. Right now it only happens at certain points like Nix Flake check or eval JSON, so that Nix can parallelize those. Eventually we'll add more detection in Nix to be able to do more automatic parallelization. There are some advantages that you can get by using a new built-in called built-ins.parallel that you can kind of guide Nix as to places in the evaluation tree where it can do a parallel eval, and you can get some speedups there, and again, we'll be making that more automatic in the future. And that's it. Please come find the other Cole or me or Elko and talk with us, or join our Discord, or reach out to our hello@Determinate Systems. And we'd be happy to add any of you to the Trailblazers organization, which gives you access to these features. And we'd love to hear from you. And then finally, if you love NixOS and you'd like a smaller, secure, faster to evaluate NixOS, or you're a Nix packages nerd and you like reading mailing lists and reading CVE notices, we should chat. Please come find one of us. Thanks.